The 1-Year Bible Storybook by Virginia J. Muir. Today, let's hear more about Noah. Our story comes from Genesis chapter 6. Noah did exactly what God told him to do. He built the boat. Sometimes we call it an ark. And he made it just as long and wide and high as God had said. It took him a long time to get it done. About 100 years. Although Noah was several hundred years old, he was strong enough to do the work. When the ark was finished, God told Noah it was time to gather the animals and enough food to take care of them for many weeks. Noah was to take a male and a female of some kinds so baby creatures could be born. Of other kinds, he was to take 7 pair, some for eating and some for sacrificing later on when they would have to leave the ark. Noah obeyed every part of God's instructions. He took his family and all the animals into the ark. About a week later, the floods began. Rain poured from the sky, and floodwaters rose up from the earth, higher and higher until there was enough water to make the huge ark float. Then every creature left outside the ark drowned. Every man, woman, and child, and every animal, bird, reptile, and insect. Because Noah and his family had obeyed God's warning, they were safe inside the ark, floating on top of the water. The rain kept falling for more than a month. It was a long boat ride. But Noah and his family stayed dry inside the boat. How glad they must have been knowing that they had listened to God and obeyed Him. Finally, the rain stopped, and then, very slowly, the water began to go down. Noah and his family stayed inside the ark for 150 days. That's 5 whole months. By that time, the water had gone down enough for the boat to touch the ground, up in some mountains called Ararat. Still, they stayed inside, waiting for God to let them know when it was safe to get out. Noah sent out a raven, and it kept flying around until the ground got dry. Then he sent out a dove. The dove came back once. So Noah waited for about a week. Then he sent it out again. This time it came back carrying an oak leaf in its bill. This showed Noah that the water had gone down to the level of the trees. After still another week, he sent the dove out once more. And this time it didn't come back. In a few more weeks, the ground was dry enough to walk on. Then God said, "All right, Noah, it's time to leave the boat." This is Noah obeys God's orders in Genesis chapter 7. Tomorrow, we'll find out what happens when they get off the boat.